I'm a benefit to this society.
I don't know about that.
The ego on me, guys, is endless. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Two Latin Brothers podcast, the podcast where we talk about entertainment and our daily lives, brought to you as a day-by-day comedy. I'm Victor.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're back again, yet with another podcast. We released a vlog, like 2 weeks ago, I'd say.
Yeah.
Check that out. We also released a lo-fi cut just recently. Go check that out. It's pretty interesting. There's two different versions of it, though.
Yeah, because TikTok did us dirty.
Yeah, TikTok did us dirty. So, go check those out.
Yep.
They're in our social media, so just go and look for it. You'll find it. And then go check out the full vlog, which is on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you can go check out whichever version you want to go check out, ultimately. I'm the one who started the lo-fi cut thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of going back and cutting every single vlog we've had thus far.
Oh, man.
And giving it a lo-fi edit. It's something I've been playing around with in my head.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to do it, to be honest, because I kind of like that format and the style. And just if you see it on Instagram, the way it's done and the little like audio snippets and stuff, like it's very highlight reel-ish. And I really like that. So I may start doing that for the vlogs. I don't know yet. We'll see. Also, if you watch the vlog and you like the edit style, that one there did it. So
yeah,
that's a new thing that happened. Yeah. So it was nice that he helped me out with that edit. I didn't have to do anything. I just kind of sat there and watched.
Yep.
Not really. I was editing. I was doing the lo-fi edit.
Yeah, he was doing the lo-fi edit as I was doing the
vlog edit.
The vlog
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. So if you guys want more content like that, just leave a like on it, drop a comment down below
for sure.
Shoot us a message if you want us to do something. As you all know, or if you're new here, we're located in Ontario, Ottawa. So, if there's something you want us to try, just let us know.
Right. We're definitely going to start doing a lot more stuff. There's going to be a lot more content coming. We're going to be so busy just thinking about all this. We're definitely going to be pumping out more content, obviously, because it's the summertime, and summertime is the perfect time to be filming. Absolutely. This last month, I'd say we've kind of been sort of disconnected. Yeah. Even though we do the podcast, I feel like we haven't been, especially April. Like, I feel like April, it's because you're in exams.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing too is, and now like you're getting a job, I'm in training. It's a mess. It's gonna be a logistical mess, but we'll sort it out and we'll get it done.
It's called scheduling.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah. What was it? And just I think. We kind of have to find the rhythm.
Oh yeah,
because we've kind of lost the rhythm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we need to get back into that rhythm.
Oh yeah. We're gonna work on ourselves
for sure.
For that,
rise above, be better.
Exactly. Just I don't know. That's Nike.
Just do it. No. We definitely have all these sorts of things that are going on. I mean, also I think in the background of our personal lives, it's gotten a little busy because of.
Life.
Just life. Yeah, just life. Like that's really what it is. I mean, this is a hobby, obviously, but it slowly could grow into something, and I think we need to put that as a priority a little bit.
Yeah, we really do. So be ready. We're gonna be pumping out a few more things.
It'll be like a content dump one day.
Make sure to follow us on our social medias because we're gonna start utilizing those pretty soon.
Right.
So stay tuned. Also, go check out my brother's Minecraft video. He just recently dropped a video.
Oh, no, he's advertising me.
Yeah, he just dropped a video. He went on a little adventure to a different dimension.
It was a mess. It was honestly a mess.
Quite adventurous.
It's kind of funny. For those who don't know, I'm going to say it here, and I'm only going to say it once. My brother was the cameraman. Now you can imagine how that went.
Oh, guys, I tell you, I had a blast. It was fun. Just go check that out. We'll leave that in the comments down below, or description, I mean. Clearly our week's been busy.
Yep.
We've done quite a few things, but one highlight I could say is watching a movie
Wow, that was a highlight.
That was a highlight. Honestly, I got to sit down.
I got to sit down.
That's a highlight, man. You got to write that down. Got to pencil that in sometimes.
I know it's actually kind of crazy. Yesterday you were asking if we had anime to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, we're all cut up. And he went, what? I'm like, yeah, man, nothing's come out. Like, we have like nothing to watch. And then I was listing off all the anime we've already finished watching.
Yeah.
And you were like, wait, what? When that ended? I'm like, yeah, that was the last episode. And he goes, wait, that one ended too?
Yeah.
So it's the end of a season because summer anime season's starting soon. So, we're kind of in like that middle transition phase of anime. So it's like that awkward, like spring's already like we're already halfway through spring.
Yeah.
The spring stuff. And now summer's going to come. So, that's like next month. So,
yeah. So the movie we watched.
Right.
Can y'all guess what movie it was? Guess that. No, I'm kidding. We watched Dungeons and Dragons recently. Finally.
We got around in March.
Yeah, I know. We got around to it finally. I enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed it.
I actually found it different.
Different. How so?
Like a good different.
A good different.
Yeah, because I felt like how sometimes you watch a movie and it's like the general basic plot.
Yes.
This movie had the general basic plot, but in there were like moments in it where I felt like, oh, I've never seen that before, or just like little things. I'm like, that's a cool idea, or like, no spoiler, but that jelly stuff when they jump into the jelly, that was. I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's an interesting, little thing. But obviously there are key elements that obviously they take from. Yeah. But I did like it. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, because you always get portrayed, the normal action stuff.
Right.
Right. And then when you're in a fantasy world, it's just like magic all the time. Right. Or it's just like magic is the absolute rarity.
Yeah.
And then like the main character ends up having magic kind of scenario.
Right.
Right. So it's like a saturated moment or it's like an unsaturated moment.
Right. Of course.
But this movie was very balanced. Like it's a part of the world.
Right.
Quite literally. It's integrated.
And they even had a running bit in the movie how magic can't solve everything.
Exactly.
So it was just pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I gave it what do you give it out of 10?
Honestly, like an 8.
Yeah.
Give it like an 8.
Yeah.
And it's got like a 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes, but like I'm gonna give it an 8 because the thing is, it's like it's different, and and people will say what they'll say, but I liked it. Also, I think that bit with the dead guy was kind of.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of scenarios that were given that were pretty interesting.
Yeah,
especially that graveyard scene was an interesting one.
Was hilarious. Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. I was like, man, this is the greatest bit I have ever seen. Yeah, it's just the way it was going, it was great. But
it's a great movie.
Yeah, recommend it. I was decently surprised. I also feel like it kind of got tucked under the rug.
Yeah,
because I remember when it came out, it was big, it was great, and then it just kind of like I stopped hearing about it.
Yeah,
I didn't even hear what the reviews were like. That's all.
Like it was trending for such a short period.
Yeah, it was like a good week, and then it was gone.
I would give it a little bit more than a week, maybe 2 weeks.
It's because of like I think the release date kind of conflicted with something else.
I don't know. John Wick? No.
Was it John Wick? I don't even know when did John Wick come out?
I think this movie came out after John Wick.
Really?
I think so.
I mean, John Wick.
Yeah, because we saw the trailer.
That's right.
In the theater.
In theater when we went to go see John. Okay, so. But John Wick was a great movie.
John Wick was a great movie. I don't mind talking about that movie again.
We can talk about that for hours. I mean, that was a great movie. Let's go watch that again. It was a great movie. I often, sometimes like I'll be on my laptop.
Yeah.
I'll have like, cause I listen to movie soundtracks sometimes on like YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll randomly, be playing like, I don't know, what's the game we were playing the other day? We're playing Fortnite together the other day.
Yes.
And I have like YouTube going in the background, and then suddenly like autoplay will cue in, like a John Wick song. I'm like, okay, this is a hype.
Yeah.
There's
suddenly
something
you feel like you can destroy the map.
Yeah, it's just something about that music, and just anything violent.
Yeah, honestly, it's just interesting because like a lot of people, well, a few psychologists, what they've done is like, music versus productivity.
Right.
So like trying different levels of like or different genres of music to like balance out productivity. So it's just like how effective and how quick are you listening to classical music versus listening to like hardcore rock.
Right.
Yeah, and I find that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
for some people, they work faster with classical.
Right.
And then some people are like flying through like work listening to like,
I don't know.
faster
I work
pace.
really well with dubstep.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what. I think it's because when I was in high school, Skrillex became really like it was like the rise, like Diplo and what's his Dead Mouse and all those guys when I was in high school was like they kind of like reached their like peak. So I definitely just turned into just like turned into like that was like the thing, right? And it was just like crazy. It got David Guetta going in on it, like all that stuff.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it too is the fact that when you do listen to that kind of music, the studies show that it's actually better for most people to not have a lyrical song play in the background. And you saying that you were listening to like dubstep, normally there's like lesser.
Right. There's like one word.
Yeah. It's like that vocal ad lib of like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or drop.
Yeah.
Or woohoo.
Yeah. I mean,
or you get those wah-wahs in there.
I mean, they turned. Who was it that they turned it? I think it was like Justin Bieber, who they turned it to a dolphin sound.
Oh yeah,
it just straight up dolphin sound. Like
so, like yo man, a new lyric.
I remember when that song came out. He did an interview with Jimmy Fallon, I think, and Jimmy Fallon was like, "So how do you sing that?" He's like, "I don't, I can't. Like that's not possible. Like humans can't make that. I mean, if they can, he's like, but I can.
I mean, some can."
I'm sure, but it was kind of funny because he's like, I can't make that sound.
Yeah, there was a little girl on Got Talent who does voice impressions of animals.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, how do you figure that out?
I don't know. I feel like it's like people who randomly figured out, hey, yo, you can fold paper into a structure. You know what I mean?
But that's an ancient art form.
Origami. It's crazy. Could never be me. No, I'm kidding. I know a bit of origami.
I mean, I'm just saying that's an ancient art. There's a difference between an ancient art form.
Yeah, I know.
And then some girl yelling like a monkey.
Also, like juggling. I wonder what the point of that was.
Imagine some guy just picked up a rock.
Yeah, probably.
He picked up like a bunch of pebbles and he was just like, I wonder. And then he just started doing it.
Or not even. It could be that he just did it automatically.
Right.
Right?
Like it's just muscle.
Like it was just straight up like he had good hand-eye coordination and he was just like, I got this. What is going on?
And then he's like, I wonder if I do it with knives.
Yeah, no, that's not me.
Like the level
I can barely juggle with
the level of escalation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just some guy was like, light this torch on fire, now do it.
Yeah, I know.
It's
the levels of danger were risen.
I just
when the elephants came out.
Whoa.
You can't even do that's just death.
I know the way you said that reminded me of that scene of The Lion King where Scar's telling Simba like he can't go into like the gorge, and he's like, an elephant graveyard is no place for. He's like, oh, I said too much. Like, we all know he wanted to say it, and then he pretends like he didn't.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, I said too much. Yeah. The way you said, an elephant, and it's just like stop talking.
Yeah.
It's literally what it reminded me of. But yeah, obviously we live in a very like. What is it? The other day, I was talking with somebody, and they were telling me how they have a friend who makes a lot of cross references to stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was telling them like I'm like that. I like if we talk for a minute, I will reference something from somewhere, or and then someone was saying something. Interestingly enough, they're saying something about Noah, like Noah's Ark,
okay,
like biblical, and then they said something about how. It'd be funny if we got all these animals in like a boat or something. I go like Noah's Ark. They turn look at me like, whoa, what just happened? Like the reference was kind of far because they were talking about. I can't remember what we were talking about, but it was just like so far fetched. And I went, like Noah's Ark, and then everyone just turned looked at me like, yeah.
See,
like
Noah's Ark. Like we've gotten, I don't know, like our way of correlating stuff to just basic conversation,
right,
has just peaked through this podcast. Honestly, sometimes I can just be like, we're living in a society,
and then I'll think of George Costanza in the airport asking what the time is.
Exactly. Like I said one thing,
Yeah.
And it triggered a memory.
Yeah.
I like forced it in your mind.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like there's so much stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
If I take one more step, I said one thing.
Gosh dang it!
And I triggered you guys don't even know what memory that is.
Samwise Gamgee. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, Samwise Gamgee, Lord of the Rings, right
cornfield.
before they leave the Shire.
Yeah, he's like, if I take one more step, this will be the farthest from home I've ever been.
And honestly, the only reason we remember that one specific scene is because some genius decided every time Samwise Gamgee took a step closer to Mordor, he'd restart the scene.
Yeah, he'd cut to that scene. If I take one more step, it was the fun. It's somewhere on YouTube. You can look at it. I think it's like if you look up Lord of the Rings, one more step.
What is it like? 7 hours, 8 hours?
Yeah, like it was kind of funny because I love the comment section of that video is hilarious because.
No, because there's moments where Samwise isn't in the scene, and you're like, wow, this is a great movie. Yeah,
this guy was saying, he's like, I got so into the movie, and then Sam won. I was like, dang it, Sam, you ruined the movie.
Like, he's ruining it. It's
like, cut the scene in half because he got him.
But the point is, our minds have been trained, to like instantly pull out something out of nothing.
Right.
And I feel like we've had moments actually on the podcast where individuals literally tell us, yo, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, there's especially if you know your audience, like if you know someone who's like, I mean, because some people have their thing, like some people are very big Star Wars fans, so like if you make a Star Wars reference, they'll get you.
Yeah.
But the problem is
I feel like sometimes we just have the higher ground.
But it's gotten to the point now where, because our content consumption, it's just so round.
Yeah,
we'll make Star Trek references, Star Wars references.
Yeah,
we'll make Disney movie references. Anime references, like normal childhood cartoons.
Yeah,
I can't remember what day we were talking about something. I'm like, yo, bro, that reminded me of Transformers. Yeah, and you were just like, what?
Yeah, no, it's just crazy.
Right.
There's so much, so much.
So it's crazy how
it's
endless content in my head. Yeah.
As long as you keep consuming, there's always something to talk about.
Well, no, I think the issue is, well, not that it's an issue. I think the thing that helps me is that I'm an auditory learner. Yeah. Like there are entire parts of movies. Mm-hmm. Like I remember one time we were in a Walmart. We were talking about that scene in You've Got Mail. Oh yeah. When he's like, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, and you thought it was Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. Then I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's Thursday, Wednesday. And then I pulled up the scene on my phone and played it. And you go, how did you know that? I'm like,
see, because for me, I'm the opposite. Right. I can recall what I saw in motion. Right. Right. So like, I don't have like a photographic memory that like if you show me this photo, like, or like something on this wall, or took a picture of us and then like what's on the wall kind of thing. Right. I can look at it for like a few seconds, maybe get most of it, but stuff like in motion, right, I can probably remember like better. That's why in movies, I can recall because everything's in motion.
Right. So like
it's weird.
In my case, it's just like the audio. Yeah. So like I don't even remember. I think he's sitting on a bed and he's like on his laptop, right? Yep. So that's when the scene happens, but the thing is he's
so you said that and you just like superimposed the image.
Like I remember him, like he was like talking about it. He was reading out loud what he's saying out loud what he's typing. Yeah. That's the only reason I know that scene. There's another scene where he's, I think, in his office and he's typing up a message. He's like, I was in Vancouver.
Oh yeah. Is that when he's deleting everything?
Yeah. And then he's like slamming the right. So there's.
See, I didn't remember what he was talking about, but I remember what he was doing.
Right, because he's apologizing to the girl because he stood her up, but he didn't actually stood her up. He actually, it's the whole thing. But anyway, go watch You've Got Mail if you haven't. I mean, it's literally
it's a romantic comedy. And if you don't like romantic comedies,
it's like online dating before online dating.
Yeah, with a twist.
Yeah, literally, that's what.
You're welcome. I'm a benefit to this society.
I don't know about that.
The ego on me, guys, is endless.
Yeah.
You have nothing on me.
We're going to take a short intermission, and we'll be right back.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Two Latin Brothers Podcast. You thought there wouldn't be a commercial, but there is. So make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll see you guys right now.
And we're back.
So my ego
do go follow our social medias. We're gonna start using them, and we mean it this time.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Okay, bro.
My ego's finally deflated from the break.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know about that because you tell people to follow your life, your day to day. I don't know about that. Anyway, what was I gonna say? No, we definitely have going back to actually, I want to tell you this because I already told you this, but I'm gonna tell the audience because I found this really funny. All right, so this past week I took a CPR course, because I had to for training for the job I have. In one of the instructors, he was going over how to do chest compressions.
Yeah.
And he's like, he made a reference. He's like, you guys know the show Chicago Med? And like a couple of people they nodded and they go, yeah, of course. And he goes, I like to call it Chicago No Hope. And we go, what? And he goes, have you seen how they do chest compressions on that show? Like their elbows are like bending. And he's like, that's just like poor compression form.
Yeah.
And he's like, so that he tells us this, right? And then for the rest of the day, every time he talks about chest compressions, it's like, like they do it on Chicago No Hope. And there's this one girl doing it.
Oh my god.
And he goes, don't do it like Chicago No Hope. He's like, move aside. I'm gonna save this guy. Yeah. He's like, I hate watching medical shows.
Yeah.
Because it's just so infuriating.
Yeah.
He's like, obviously they can't do real chest compressions because it's a human lying on the table.
Yeah, I mean, like the least you could do is have tempo.
Right. But it's pretty funny. He's like, it's also kind of funny when they cut to the person, on the on the bed, and they're like wheeling them in, and there's a paramedic like straddling them, giving them. It's like, why are you on top of the patient?
Yeah, I know.
That makes no, like it's one of those.
So, like the only time I understand, why someone would stand like not even on top of the person, but just like hovering over them on the side while they're wheeling. It's like someone's bleeding out, and you're just literally plugging it with your finger to give yourself time.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's. But only time.
He's like, there's like a person straddling the other person, giving them chest compressions. Like, you're like choking him out. Like, what do you do? Like, it's like you're squeezing out like all his like. It's not. You're not helping anybody. But so he's like, like I said, Chicago No Hope.
Yeah, don't do that, guys.
It's pretty.
Remember,
funny.
Staying alive.
He actually never mentioned that.
Really?
Yeah, he never said it because he was saying how for babies you need to do about 200 compressions. Yeah. Because their heartbeats are faster. Yeah. So he's like, and he said how the song, he's like, I get the song out, but like for a baby, you can't be doing that.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So, and
wait, so then he did mention it. He just mentioned for babies, different.
He just said, that's like the tactic we've been telling people, but we've kind of moved away from that now.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, but he definitely, and it was really cool. I mean, because he's like an actual paramedic, and just some crazy stories. Like he told us how. Okay, well, there's this one story he told us that's kind of drug related. Mm-hmm. How I can't remember what it says. Noxa. You should know this. The drug that there's a drug that prevents you from overdosing. I forgot what it's called.
I want to say Noxacine, but that's not it.
Yeah, it's not Noxy. No, it's NAXO something. Noxo something. I can't remember. Well, he looks for that. Bro, you took pre-health.
Give me a sec.
Use your brain.
I think it's naloxone.
Naloxone. That's exactly what it is. So he was explaining to us how in Canada, or at least where we are, in the province we're in, you're not allowed to administer someone's EpiPen if they pass out. You have to get consent, or you're not legally allowed to do it at all. Yeah. And it's actually in the Good Samaritan Act because some people, it actually makes it worse depending on what's going on at the time. Yeah. So the law is just like, just start compressions, call 911, get the ball rolling sort of thing. And what did he say? Get the ambulance rolling. Yeah. So, but he was saying how for that stuff, you can inject that into anybody, and that's part of the Good Samaritan Act. Yeah. And he goes, for one or two reasons. One, he's like, if they're not overdosing, it will do absolutely nothing to them. Mm-hmm. Like it'll enter your system and it'll be like someone put water in you, and you'll just like your body will just get rid of it, right? So he's like, but if they are overdosing, then you just saved a life. Yeah. And he was saying that 2 or 3, like right before the pandemic, He said that he was at some musical festival we do here in our city, and some guy was like going through it.
Yeah.
And he says he used 9 shots of it, and the guy was still not waking up.
Wow.
He's like, we still don't know what that guy, like, I never found out what he was on, but the guy would not, like, we thought he was gonna die. We were convinced he was gonna die. And I'm like,
at that point, I would question if it actually was a drug overdose.
It would later on they found out because it was.
It's interesting.
And he was saying how in the other cases he's had to use 7 of them, and he's like, you average around 7, 6 sometimes. So because it's like they're basically looking at Jesus in the face. It's like that's how high they are. Like they're on the cusp of death.
Yeah.
Like that's how high they people go nowadays. And he was saying how one of the craziest things to him was when one time they used it on some guy, and he's like, we used a few, and when he woke up, he started swinging at us because he was mad that we ruined his high. We cut him off, and he was like pissed at us. So he's like punching, like knocked us off of him, and we're like, some other like paramedic like jumped on his legs, and we're like trying to tie him down, and try to get him to sit still because like he's already like his heartbeat's already highly elevated, and then he's just like he starts like it's like he clocked one of us in the face, like he was just like there was like 4 of us on top.
I mean, there's also some people who just they don't want to be saved.
Right.
It's just simply that, and like it's just like, they try to pull a lawsuit, and you're like, that's not gonna work.
Dude, I saved your life. It's like 2 seconds. Like, what do you say? Right. So
yeah,
it's very interesting, and he was saying how we've had like instances where guys will come back.
Yeah.
And they'll just start like trying to know. And then you also have the issue where sometimes they'll start swinging at you because they don't actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's just like confusion. So, and they're going through shock because they don't know what's going on. So you have either like, I'm mad at you because you did this to me, or I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Why am I here? Where am I? Why am I being
taken?
He's
like, there's no middle ground.
Yeah.
He's like, either I'm confused and I don't know what's going on, or I'm just mad at you.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, and it definitely put a lot of things in perspective as well. How he was just like breaking it all down on stuff. Yeah. And it's very interesting. The very first thing he said to us, it's like, we all have skills to save a life.
Yeah.
We just need to learn how to use them.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang straight up, right?
Yep.
First day, I don't know how to do this, but here we go.
It's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's kind of funny because like because I've had it before.
Yeah.
It just expired before COVID, so I had to go do it again. But for people who don't, who are doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
This one guy like turned and looked at everybody. He's like, I don't even know what he's talking about. Like, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very telling. Also, I think here in Canada, when you're 14, they teach you a little bit like super basic CPR.
No.
Yes they do.
No.
Is it?
Nope.
Or is it grade 10? I
didn't learn anything.
Really?
Nope.
Wow. When did they?
Or maybe I was just sick that day.
Yeah, maybe because
but I would never.
I remember anything. I just hit my one day in when I was in high school, they went over like how to do chest compressions, how to do like the breaths and all. Like they give like like you don't get certified.
Well, obviously they just give you like bases
because they give you like the basics in case you ever do run into a situation.
Yeah. Where
you need to be doing that.
I mean, you're teenagers, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it gets kind of crazy the older you get, but it's so they're like, just in case you ever have to you're put in this situation, it's just so you have the knowledge on what to do, sort of thing. But yeah, it was very interesting. There was this one guy who was like, he's like, this grade 9 CPR count, and I go, no, you mean that sheet of paper that they handed out? And he goes, yeah. And I go, no, it's not even close. Like, we're talking about like gashes and like bleeding out and so on.
Yeah.
But it is, I think, honestly, I think that should be mandatory.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
I feel like it should be like every grade 12 before they leave high school should get it done.
Yeah.
That way, like, you just know, and you're like,
it should be a part of your final assessments. No, actually, because in grade 10 is your last.
Right.
Like it's mandatory for you to take like some physical phys ed or something.
Right.
Like physical education.
Yeah.
That should be a part of the curriculum.
Right.
I just absolutely agree. It should be.
Headphones are falling off.
I absolutely agree that it should be part of the curriculum.
Right, yeah.
Because it's a basic skill.
Yeah.
That is essential for life.
It's a basic life-saving skill that every human should know.
Yeah.
Right.
If something goes wrong, you should be able to assist.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And I feel like there should be like a whole practical like class, honestly.
Yeah.
There needs to be there's so many practical things in life
Right. Yeah.
that are just not taught in schools.
Right.
And it bothers me so much.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like,
it's
you'd rather teach me the
back
Pythagorean
in the
theorem than teach me how to like.
Yeah, no. Back in the day, we used to have those classes.
Yeah, I know. Essentials.
Yeah, and they got rid of them because we got to a point where, like I can't remember who was telling me that in grade 8, they used to teach wood shop, and in the wood shop they taught you how to use every single tool. Like, and if like something went wrong, how to fix it, how to go about finding the problem with it. But we've gotten to a point now where most people, if they have a problem with something, like say like they need a woodworking stuff, say I want to knock down this wall, and I want to make it like more open concept. You know who I'm gonna call? Just gonna call carpenter. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way and do it like most people won't go and do it themselves. Right. But back in the day, people were doing their own work. And also, you didn't need to go through the bylaws.
Also, not even anymore. If you own your own house,
right,
you're a TikTok or YouTube video away. From doing it yourself.
There's this girl on TikTok who she bought like this rundown abandoned house. And she's documented her fixing the house. Her and her husband. Like fixing the whole house. And it looks so nice now. It's crazy. And the craziest thing too, they were on they had like this huge patio. And the wood was like chipping. They're like, oh, let's just fix the patio. So they went out and started like removing the patio. They found a pool under the patio that they didn't even know was there.
Wow. So it's just like cemented over, kind of.
No. Like they had like some kind of like, they put like, I don't know, like some kind of like metal gate, and then they had it like tarps over it, and then they put like a metal gate, and then they had like when you're the frame of the porch covered the sides of it, and then they built the patio over that.
Oh, I see.
So like you couldn't see it. You couldn't see, like if you walked by, it just looked like a patio. So when they were removing the paneling, they were like, wait a minute, what's this? Like, what's under? And then they found the pool, and they're like, wait a minute. What is...
So we just upgrade this house by accident.
And then they like fix the pool.
They're
like, I can't... And her husband was like joking about how I can't imagine how much the property value would have gone up if they knew the pool was there.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, we're almost positive the owners before us didn't know that this was a pool.
Yeah.
Because it was never, not once mentioned that it was there. And so then those planks, they took them and then they recycled them to make like little like garden areas. Those like little, I forgot what they're called.
I don't know. Just little borders.
Yeah, little borders to like for their like vegetable garden and stuff. So I'm like, yo, that's like super smart reusing, and they like sanded them down to get rid of the chipping and stuff. But it's pretty cool. I'm like, man, that's so smart. Like grab the wood, reuse it, and just
recycling.
Yeah, man, but it was pretty
repurposing
cool.
more.
No, I know, but that whole TikTok page, it's just so like some of the stuff that they do is like, man,
genius.
It's so smart. They were like, we're gonna knock down this wall.
Honestly, like the best advice I could give someone for practical life is do a project. Literally do a project.
Yeah.
Like build something.
Right.
Take apart something.
For sure.
And then put it back together, or I don't know, find a method for organization in your home.
Right.
So like, let's say you have a bedroom. Look for a way to optimize the space in your room, and you'll learn stuff.
Right.
For example, the room and the space that we're in, I went through countless different remodelings.
Yeah, we went over a lot. Actually, for those who don't know, this couch is storage.
Yeah. This couch is storage.
This couch opens up and it's storage. So like we've definitely like
we've designed this room like a tiny house.
Yeah, it's crazy, but definitely actually remember that neighbor we had who like repaired his entire car.
Oh yeah,
that we had this one neighbor who I can't remember his name right now.
He basically started with a cage.
Yeah, I know he had the body.
Yeah,
he had like the body wheeled. Oh no, he had like the car was running, but it was like super rusted.
Yeah,
and like falling apart.
There's so many problems with it.
And he I think he got it for like $500.
Yeah,
off some guy, and he rolled it into his him and his buddy like rolled it into his garage, and then he just kind of like went at it, working refine. I remember every other day you'd see him, And I could hear the sound of like, just like fixing and like wrenches and just like chucking something and just. And then I remember one time I was like, this is a piece of garbage. Yeah. And like it got to a point where certain parts he needed, like they weren't in stock anymore. So he'd have to go to a custom manufacturer to get it made. Yeah. He's like, and I remember when he finally got it running. Yeah. It turned it on and it was like so loud. And my mom was like, yo, that's crazy. And he goes, I actually got pulled over by the cops the other day. Like they were like, why is the car so loud? Because you can't, in Ontario, you can't exceed a certain amount of DP. Yeah. What is it? DP? DDP or?
I don't know.
I forgot what it's called. The measurement of.
Just decibels.
Yeah, decibels. And then so the cops pulled him over and he told them how he was going to go get it fixed, because that's what's going on. And he had one of his friends, he became friends with this like mechanic guy, and he came over and the car became almost silent. Yeah. It was it was crazy. It was like so loud to like dead silent. Mm-hmm. And he had like this little switch that would turn on the noise or turn it off. Yeah. And I'm like, that's a sick feature. Yeah. And then I have a photo of it as like a little kid sitting in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Somewhere.
And, somewhere in this house there's a photo of me sitting in that driver's seat. But I remember he was like he was so happy about the clutch work.
Oh yeah.
Because he's like, it's like the nicest clutch in the world. I'm like, how long did that take? And he was like 5 hours.
It's like it's smooth.
Yeah, because you had to lubricate like every single like gear and part and all. So he's like, it's a lot of work. But he and I remember him and his wife, they moved to Vancouver. Yeah. And she flew there before him. Yeah. And he was gonna drive the car all the way there. And I was like, oh, that's
like crazy. Talk about putting it through the test.
Yeah. I'm like,
that's trust in your build.
That's what that is. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah. But they were a really chill couple that lived next to us. But yeah, that's a great moment.
Yeah. So set yourself a project, do something. Yeah. Learn to paint. I don't know. Just like something essential, right? Because eventually it's useful.
Yeah, right? I mean, there's useful. a lot of random, like, for example, for me, when we got into the podcast, I got into like audio editing and audio stuff, and just like and now with the camera and the video photography and all that stuff, it's crazy. And then now when people are talking about, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that, they'll like shoot me a text and be like, hey, so I want to do this, so I want to do that. Yeah. Like, what's your
what's your opinion? What's your experience? Yeah. What does it bring to the table? Yeah, and that can benefit me.
Yeah. No, I've had people be like, can you just edit this for me? I'm like, I don't have the time for this. Yeah. Like, they're can you just do this for me? I'm like, I'm not gonna do it for free. And they go, oh, okay. Yeah. Because like if I had more time, I probably would do some stuff for free for people. But like, I mean, if we weren't best friends in like grade 4 or 5, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's like, I just eliminated like something like 100 people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, at least there's probably only 2 people who can ask me that kind of favor. Yeah. Y'all know who you are. Text me back. But yeah, no, there's really only like 2 people. No, realistically there's like 4 people who can ask me that kind of favor. Yeah. But
yeah, that's fair.
Anybody else? Sorry.
Yeah. If you just get me 4 loyal people.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is it's not that it's a loyalty. It's more like a lot of my friends, and people don't, especially my those friends around that time, they have no idea. Yeah. They have absolutely no idea how great of friends they were to me. Because in that time, I was struggling a lot in school. Yeah. And I didn't really like school. And the only reason I was really going to school at that time was because of them. Because of them. Like, that was the only driving motivation to go to school. Yeah. And then it just kind of like, Yeah.
I think that's
that's a sad note.
that's a note.
Is there a fly in here?
Yeah, there is a fly in here. It's very distracting to me.
All right.
I think we're gonna wrap up here.
Okay, bro. Hey, guys, say hello to Pikachu.
Yeah, say hello to Pikachu. Make sure to go follow us on all our socials. That's the 3rd ad we've done today.
It's like the 4th ad.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Everything's always in the description, whether it be up, down, left, or right. If you have any questions or inquiries, or you want us to talk about something, or you want us to do something, just shoot us a message, shoot us a DM. We'll get back to you on that, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Whoa. Don't make promises about checking our DMs, bro. If we ever blow up.
No, I'm going to check. I will make the effort to check and interact if I can.
It's like how our email, I still haven't checked our email.
It has nothing. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bye.